So just let's get right into it then. Who you got in the finals, bro?
Don't do me like that, killer. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to
So
me.
I can't ask you that question,
No,
Coach?
don't do that to me. It's just getting started. It's just getting
So
started.
who you picking in the
I gotta take my
finals?
glasses off. Don't do that.
Who you picking in the finals?
Who you got? I'm gonna ask you
I got
first.
OKC.
That's the easy answer.
Well, it's the answer. I'll be honest, though. It's not the easy answer because I think it's going to be way better than people think it's going to be. I just think OKC at the end of the day. Listen, I think Indiana.
Okay.
I think Indiana's a lot
Who?
a lot better. And they said it on TV. In fact, I love my man Wendy. He says it on TV. He says, like, if you break down Indiana from when they started getting it rolling after they got healthy,
Yes.
they were basically like the number one team in the East.
Yes. They ended the season that last month and a half.
Yep.
They lead into the playoffs. They were one of the best teams.
And they're rolling right now. So this series is going to be a lot better. So it's not the easy answer. It's going to be a lot better than people think. I just think OKC wins.
I mean, OKC won both matchups this year.
Yep.
Head to head.
They did.
But
it's going to be
I just really believe
defense.
OKC, and because I caution to say this because I am the guy that's been in the Indiana locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the Indiana locker room, so I know what that feels like.
Yep.
So for me to pick OKC and go against my own kind doesn't feel good to me. So do I think OKC is going to win? Probably so. But I'm always inclined to root for the underdog.
Okay, so let's do this then. Since you don't really
I'm always
want to give me an answer.
I'm always inclined to root for the underdog.
If OKC wins it, why? And if Indiana wins it, why?
I mean,
When you're done with this 7-game series, and they said, okay, Indiana Pacers won, you're going to say, why did they, okay, this is why they won.
If OKC wins it, I'll just say they win it because they were the better team.
Okay.
They were the better team.
So they have a better roster from top
to bottom. I think they were the better team.
Okay.
But if Indiana wins it, I would say they were the better coach team because Rick Carlisle has done it before.
He has.
So maybe his experience, maybe him doing this before can come into play.
You got a little more experience over there too with coach, and then Pascal Siakam's on a championship team.
Yeah, so when I look over there, I can say these are guys that have done it before and have been there before. And for that, they have somewhat of an edge. And then also you got that chip on your shoulder where the world's telling you you're not good enough. So those are things that Indiana can use to win it. If OKC wins it, at the end of the day, I think we all just feel like they're the better team from top to bottom.
I'm going to say if we sit here in 3 weeks and the Pacers had won, I'm going to say they made it chaotic and fast. I think the experience definitely does have something to do with it, but they cannot turn this into a muddy basketball game. And OKC is as good as they score the basketball, they're built defensively.
Yes.
And for easy baskets.
Yes.
And if Indiana if Indiana's getting stops and getting out and running, it's going to turn into a game that OKC is not completely comfortable with, because you're not going to let Caruso and Lou Dort and Case and Wallace get up underneath Jalen Williams, get up underneath you 94 feet, pick you up where you're down.
Yes.
It's going to come down to if this game plays like this, or if it comes into which, let's be honest, NBA Finals, it's going to turn into a half-court basketball game.
But
that benefits OKC, in my opinion.
1,000%. But I will say this, though, Kelly, and this is the one thing I was thinking about. If there was one team that could go up and down with them, it's them young OKC.
Oh, 100%.
Not saying they want to, but if it's one team that can do that, you got your man.
I don't disagree with you. I just think, though, if that's why I think OKC is going to win the series, because I think they can win it in different ways. Yes. I think Indiana can only win it in one way, in my opinion.
OKC is the only team that can win on both sides.
Yes,
right
they can turn this into a muddy game, and they can beat you because they're probably a little more talented. Yes. But if that starts getting chaotic and they're finding pace and it's Nemhart and these guys and that ball's popping and boom, 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 all of a sudden going into, you know how hard it is to win in Indiana.
Yes.
It's going to be awesome environments. Young teams on the road in the NBA Finals, going to be very intriguing.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Yes. So, hey, listen, when you said it's the easy answer, it's not, because I really do like a lot about this Indiana team. I think it's going to be an absolute better series than people think it's going to be, especially based on what the odds are saying.
My heart goes with the underdog. My mind wants to say OKC. My heart goes with the underdog.
So the Halliburton and Shea, do you think that's going to be is it going to be?
See, when you say Halliburton versus Shea, I don't think they're going to guard each other.
You don't?
Nah. I don't think they're going to guard each other. Honestly,
I don't think. You're
I
actually
don't
right.
think they're going to guard it. I don't think they're going to guard each other.
I wouldn't if I was.
Yeah,
them.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. You know what I'm saying? Why would you put Shea on Hollenberg?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I'd put Jalen Williams to start on Howley.
Jalen with some length.
I'd put Dort.
Yeah,
on him
Lou Dort,
probably.
exactly. So I don't think they're going to guard each other.
But who's Shea going to guard then though?
On the other end?
Pascal?
No, I think you put Shea on maybe Naismith.
Oh, Naismith. Yeah. There you go.
You put Shea on Naismith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I will say is 2 completely different basketball players.
Oh yes,
Two completely different basketball.
They are completely
different basketball players.
100%.
But both, you could tell that guys enjoy playing with them. You can tell that they play the game the right way. And they're both the head of the snake on their teams offensively. As great as Pascal was, and shout out to him for being the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Treats my son like he had a chance to met my kids and treated him like he knew him his whole life. Great dude, so I was happy for him. But at the end of the day, in that finals, the Indiana Pacers are gonna go as Hollenberg goes. You know what I'm saying?
So your X factor in Indiana for the Pacers, not X factor because he's their best player. I mean, he's the All-Star.
Yeah. Well, only and I only say that because it's not going to be about his scoring, but it's going to be about he sets the pace, his playmaking.
So Indiana's most important player is Halliburton.
Yes.
Who's OKC's? Is it Shea?
Shea's gonna be their best player, but I think in this series, they most important player might be Jalen.
It is Jalen.
I think J Dub's gonna be the most important player in this series.
It is Jalen.
And I think what people don't understand is 2 things can be true. One guy can be your best player, another guy can be your most important
100%.
player, another guy can be your toughest player, another guy can be your leader, another guy can be your smartest player. Like there's different roles that guys can play.
The biggest reason for that for me is I feel like you can book what Shea's gonna give you.
Yes.
If Jalen gives you those 24
if you're in that locker room and you're preparing right now to go against the OKC Thunder, you're probably taking, I ain't gonna say completely taking Shea out of the scouting report, but you're saying to yourself, we can probably book him for 25 to 30.
You're literally.
But these other, we gotta stop.
The only thing you're saying with Shea, in my opinion, right now is let's try to make him stay off.
Yeah.
Like everything it says, keep him off the foul line and make him inefficient.
Yeah.
Right. A lot easier said than done.
Yes.
What is our coverage going to be in pick and roll?
Yes.
And that's really it.
Yes.
Right? Like those, after that, it's okay. Now, how do I take out that second guy?
Yes.
And that's where I'm at with Jalen. Like, how do you take him? How do you take your second? If they take the second guy out and Jalen struggles to score.
And even though Indiana is not as good of a defensive team as Minnesota is, I think they'll be more disciplined in these finals. Because a lot of times when I was watching Minnesota against OKC, they weren't very disciplined at times defensively. Yeah. I mean, they would slip out of pick and rolls, and the big would go with the slip man, and Shea would just turn the corner and get downhill. It's just basic stuff where I'm saying you should not be making mistakes on slips in the Western Conference Finals. I don't think I don't think Rick Carlisle is going to allow Indiana to make those kind of mistakes. And if they do, I know they got a vet on the bench that's going to hold them accountable. Mm-hmm. So I don't think they're going to make those kind of mistakes. So even though Minnesota might be the better defensive team, I think Indiana's not going to make the same mistakes that Minnesota made, and they'll be definitely.
You like this Indiana team? Who you got?
They'll be a little tougher, man.
Killer, who you got?
No, Killer. I'm just telling you. I
feel like
because you're dealing with a team. Because you're dealing with a team.
Come on.
Because you're dealing with a team, Killer, that has spent majority of the year understanding that we have very little room for error. Yeah. We understand how we need to play to win. We understand how we're going to play to win, and we understand we don't have very much room for error. And I've been on that other side. Yeah. In that locker room of that kind of team. Yeah. So you understand how you need to play to win games. Yeah. There's no we going to throw shit at the wall and see if it stick for 48 minutes and see if we win. No, we have to play this way. We have to do this, and this is how we're going to win. And there's no other option. And I've seen teams like that. I ain't picking nobody. Who you picking?
I just told you.
I just told you. My head says OKC. My heart says Indiana. I can't be. What's wrong with that? Chop my head off, and then you can have OKC.
I don't want to do that to you, Coach.
I'm just saying, that's all I got for you, man.
I think it's gonna be a really good series.
It's gonna be it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna be some points scored. Man, I think it's gonna be some points scored, man. I think it's fun. And the X factors, This is what the X factors, the Andrew Nemharts, the Naismiths. I mean, we saw Thomas Bryant make some shots the last game. You know what I'm saying? We talked about Casey Wallace. We talked about Aaron Wiggins. We talked about Caruso. I mean, J-Dub. You know, I mean, Hartenstein. Like, you know, we're gonna take J-Dub out of X factors because you know he's an all-star. But you know, they're gonna need some X factors too. There's gonna have to be some games where some of these guys where you didn't game plan for. Figure out a way to impact this game and get you over the hump. Who are going to be those X factors? We know last series it was Naismith and Nemhart. You know what I'm saying? Well, Naismith and Nemhart actually were amazing in the Cleveland series as well.
No doubt.
But then last series it was their defense, and then there's their timely shot making.
No doubt.
Pascal Siakam and Hallenberg led the charge.
No doubt.
It's going to be different guys, so it's going to be fun. And we also talking about teams who have great guys who star in their. If you talk about epitome of guys that star in their role, both these teams have guys that star in their role, whatever role that is. These guys star in them.
Who you got?
I just told you, man. my heart say Indiana. My head say OKC, man. I ain't betting. I ain't betting.
No one is.
So if I was betting, I would have to pick.
All right. Well, we're gonna tune in because this finals are gonna be awesome. Before we get out of here, we got two things we gotta do. We got a new segment called Fact or Cap. Mm-hmm. All right, and then we're gonna do some fan questions because we don't get just me and you on the set by ourselves very often. So we got some fan questions. Fact or cap? Ant-Man is already a top 5 player in the league.
The
You gotta start getting the finger, coach.
Counting.
You gotta start counting that Florida Gator math.
Counting. We got Joker.
Mm-hmm.
We got Shea.
Giannis.
We got Giannis. Got Kawhi. Yeah, it's tough to put him in the top 5. But he gonna get there.
So you hit him with...
He in the top 10.
You hit him here?
He in the top 10. He in the top 10. Top 10, top 15. But it's tough to put him in top 5. But he only 23 years old, though.
I know, man.
So the fact that I can put him in my top 10, man. Top 15 at 23
I know, man.
means when he's 26, 27,
I know, man.
he's going to be blowing him out the water.
No doubt.
So, yeah, it's hard to put him in top 5 right now. So, man, I got to say that's cap, man. But he's definitely in my top 10, top 15 and on his way. Mm-hmm. You know what? A little more pain, he'll be in the top 5.
That's right.
Just a little more pain.
That's right.
That's all.
OKC is too young to win it all this year.
Buffoonery, blasphemy.
That's cap.
That is cap. They are this is team. Even last year when they lost it, this team was beyond their years because you never see a young team that play the game the right way on both ends of the basketball court. They've been doing that for years, defensively and offensively. So that's cap.
The whole reason it's super cap is they're only 4 games away from it.
I think that's the that we've been falling into, and that's why we've been scared to say that they were going to win it all because they are young. But I think we got to get over that stigma and that.
The Pacers are a fact or cap. The Pacers are a better all-around team than OKC.
No, that's cap. That's cap. The way the OKC defends, and we talked about, and this takes nothing away from Pacers, but OKC is and not just now, but for a while, they were the only team left in the playoffs that can beat you on both ends. They can win either way. They can win with their defense. They can win with their offense. There wasn't too many teams left in the playoffs that could win with their defense and offense.
Definitely cap for me too. This year proves the super team era is officially dead. Fact or cap?
Yeah, cap.
I think it's for cap.
I think it's cap because I would say
I think it's
for cap. For cap.
I think it's for cap.
I agree with you though because they put together a super team in Phoenix. It just didn't work. Yep. But if it would have worked, we wouldn't have been having this conversation.
I think it's for cap, but it's leaning more towards fact than cap.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it right now, it's just so hard to fill your roster with the quality of players that you need.
Yes.
Based on the money that you're having to give these guys now.
The right pieces.
It's really, really hard. So I think it's fuck cap because I still think you can do it. But if I was leaning towards, I'd say it's more fact that I think super teams based on, again, it's going to level itself out.
You got to get lucky with that.
Yes, but I'm giving it to like, and I know you hate when I say this stuff, but it's like with the tax consequences that they're making.
Killer, is that a Christian Dior basketball?
Coach, I think it is.
God damn. What kind of is that?
That is fact.
That's cold.
Do you know what I'm saying? It ain't cap, Coach.
What that cost you, $2,000?
Man, it did.
Damn, just to hold them up.
You ain't lying.
You could have gave me $5. I would have brought you a basketball in here. The other 1995, you could have gave it to me.
I would have gave it to you too.
I gave you $5 basketball.
Let me last one.
But I agree with you on that. It's for cap.
It was for cap.
It's for cap because you can put together a super team,
Yep.
but you know how lucky you got to be for that shit to work.
Yep.
I mean, you know how lucky, and it was hard as for us.
Yep.
And this was 39 years ago.
Yep.
But it was hard as for us
It was.
for that shit to work.
Gosh,
So
damn,
yeah, that shit sucks. Yeah, it's not easy.
And it's almost getting to the point now where like you have to draft. Like if you're going to do it, you have to draft really well because it's almost like NFL football. Your quarterback has to be on his rookie deal.
Yes.
Or you're like,
Yes.
like Chet and Jalen right now in OKC. They're both on their rookie deals. It's allowing them to get the Crusoes,
Yes.
the Hartensteins.
Yes.
And it's semi-super team, so it's for cap
You
because
gotta-
they're not
yeah.
a super team yet until you have
Yes.
to pay them as a super team.
Yeah.
Then you'll have your answer.
Like you say, you have only way it works now is if you have some studs on early deals.
On early deals. It's like a quarterback, right? Once you have to pay your quarterback, it's really, really hard to fill your roster up. So it's going to be interesting, man. And that might be a reason why Dallas keeps number one, right? Because it allows you to have someone, you're praying that he's that way, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Fact or cap? This is an easy one. Tyrese Halliburton is overrated. I mean, if he has a... He hasn't shut the people
Tired of
up
this, man. I'm sick and tired of this, man. Listen, man. 9 times in this man's career, he's had at least 20 points, 15 assists, and no turnovers. 9 times.
That's ridiculous.
The next closest in NBA history is 3.
That's ridiculous.
And you know who we talking about? We talking about Joker and Big O.
That's ridiculous.
These is facts, people. I ain't making this shit up. I get it. The pants is pulled up high, the long arms. They made the meme with him and Urkel the other day. That shit look good. It's funny. It might not look how y'all think it should look, but the shit is effective. Yeah. The kid can go straight up and down. No, it was like 6 o'clock. The dude get it done, dog.
He does.
So we gonna stop talking about that man. Ain't no motherfucker. It was overrated. That's dog.
Yep.
I know his shot might look fun. All that. There's so much people could point at, man. But that man get it done, dog. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I'm gonna tell you, because I looked at his numbers too. He ain't no duck on defense either. He was holding to 38, 39%.
What'd you look at?
His numbers. He was holding to 38, 39% on that island when he was guarding one-on-one. So, yeah, you could try to hunt him out, but ain't no guarantee you're going to get a bucket like some other. You was hunting him out, and it was guaranteed buckets.
Men lie, women lie.
Yeah, numbers don't, dog.
That's
So
right.
now we talk about somebody who the head of the snake, who's averaging about 20 a game and averaging 10 plus assists. So you take his 20 plus 10 assists, that's another 20. If you get fouls, then you talk about 20 fouls. So we talking about somebody who's average. I think the other day they said he scored or assisted on like close to 60, 70 something points.
And he been clutch as too.
You got to give credit where credit
I
due, dog.
agree.
I tell people this, and this is where the geniusness of Rick Carlisle comes into play, because we seen this shit before. It reminds me of hardball and the Baltimore Ravens when Lamar Jackson comes to the line of scrimmage and he got the same look. You don't know if he running or passing. It's RPO. Got 5 wide, and he take off and run for 50 yards.
Yeah.
I have literally seen these run the same play over and over and over, and 5 times and get 5 different options
shots.
out of
That's
it.
right. That's right.
I watched him run the double drag at the top of the key and get 5 different looks. I watched Hallenberg come off, split the double drag and get downhill. I watched him come off the double drag, shoot the pull up. I watched him come off. Brunson tried to show. He threw it back. Nimhart drove and hit the 3. Then I watched him come off and just drive it for. I watched him run the same play 5 times, Killer get 5 different looks. This is the genius of Rick Carlisle, bro. It's not a coincidence.
I agree.
So we got to give credit where credit due. The kid is a hooper, dog.
No, he's freaking really good.
Double down on comfort and elevate your essentials this playoff season with distractionless underwear from Tommy John. It's the breathable, sweat-fighting foundation with 4 times more stretch than competing brands. Keep your head in the game and out of your pants with Tommy John. Man, playoffs got everybody uptight right now. Me, staying calm and cool with my Tommy Johns. Tommy John keeps me comfortable, confident, and cool at all times of the day. So ditch them tight, uncomfortable wedgie huggers that you've been wearing. Get you some Tommy John. Double down on comfort with Tommy John and get 25% off your first order right now at TommyJohn.com/OGs with promo code OGs. Again, that's 25% off at TommyJohn.com/OGs.
Basketball fans, the NBA Finals are here. The stage is set. The stakes are sky high, and every shot could be the difference between glory and heartbreak. There's still time to get in on the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll take home $300 in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code OGs. the crown is yours. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right here as they happen. Make watching a game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code OGs and bet just $5 on any wager and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's promo code OGs only at DraftKings Sportsbook.